Hello everyone, and welcome to part 1 of my Thomas & Friends complete DVD collection, and we're starting with the classic series 1 to 7, and I'll just go through these DVDs individually for you. And, this video will be not just a standard showing you all the DVDs and that's it. There'll be a bit of trivia and a bit of info and stuff about each DVD. So here's the first series. This was the first time that all Series 1 episodes were available on DVD. And if you want to pause, there's the episode list of all 26 episodes. And there we go, we've got the booklet, and on the other side is just the DVD episode list. There's the disc. And next up we have this. Now, this is an American release, so this was released in the US in 2008. This is Thomas & Friends, the early years, 3-disc set. Now this is out of print now, so this is very hard to find unless you're willing to pay quite a big fee for it. The reason I originally got this was because this was the only Thomas & Friends DVD collection of Series 1 episodes that was completely remastered and restored. There hadn't been any releases in the UK of Thomas & Friends restored, so I thought I'd splash out and get this, and this is narrated by Ringo Starr. This is basically the UK version of the episodes. There we go, Thomas and the Fat Controller there, and on the other side, welcome. And just open it up like this. So like I said, all 26 episodes are restored here. On disc 1 you get episodes 1 to 13, disc 2 14 to 26, and then on the bonus disc you get Sodor Memories, Sir Topham Hatt's Commentary, Read Along Story, Build an Engine, and Who Am I Game. And there's the first disc. Second, and that's the bonus disc there. So if you want to pause to read that, that's what it says on the inner sleeve. So that was why I originally got this. It was the only series up to this point of Thomas & Friends that was released, completely restored. And then we have this. This is the repackaged issue that came out, I think, 2012. But this, like the American set, is completely remastered and restored. And that's the complete first series. There's the back. And just the disc in this one. The difference though between the remastered restored version and the original first series release is on the restored version, this and the US version, there's some goofs or outtakes that aren't on the original. If you watch the original, for example, of the episode Coal, Henry has to back into a siding, and he does that with no problems at all. But in the restored version, Henry backs into the siding, but backs right into the side of a building, and then he then shoots forward out of shot. Obviously the production team are thinking, well, we've got to take that again, and then it just cuts to Edward backing onto the coaches as normal. So that's just one of a few examples of the goofs that are used in the restored version as opposed to the regular version, which doesn't have any goofs. It's a bit of a strange one. Why that is, I don't know, but there we go. So next up we have the original complete Series 2 DVD. Side, the back, and if you want to pause, there's the episodes. And again, it's got DVD menu and the disc. And here is the repackaged and remastered and restored version of Series 2. Again, there is a few goofs in this series as well that's not in the original. One particular one is in Percy and the Signal, where Percy and James are being told off by the Fat Controller, and in the original there's a close-up of James and then it cuts to a close-up of Percy. In this restored version it has a close-up of James but no close-up of Percy, which is a bit bizarre, but there we go. That's one of a few noticeable differences, but it doesn't affect the enjoyment of watching the restored versions, because in terms of picture quality and everything, the restored versions are the ones I will always watch over the originals. And here we have the complete third series. The first two series, of course, were narrated by Ringo Starr. This was the first series to be narrated by Michael Angelis, and as much as I like the third series, it's not my favourite. I just felt that Michael Angelis' narration was a bit awkward, to be honest. He hadn't perfected his art of narrating in this series. The later series he was much better and much more polished in his narration. And this is the complete restored version of Series 3. Noticeable goof in this one is from the episode Thomas, Percy and the Dragon, and there's a shot of Thomas and Percy in the shed, and Thomas in the original had his eyes closed as he's trying to go to sleep. In the restored version, Thomas hasn't got his eyes closed, he's got a scowling look on his face, so that's a sort of noticeable difference between those two. And here we have one of my favourite series, Series 4. Michael Angelis as the narrator for this series is fantastic. He's found his voice, he's found his style. It's just a much better performance from him all round. And here we have the episode list again, if you want to pause. Noticeable also here is that Rock and Roll should be after Home at Last, and Train Stops Play should be before Bowled Out, and after Henry and the Elephant. Some of these episodes are out of order when it comes to how it was originally broadcast, but there we go. It's not a big deal, I guess, but just for those of you who are interested. And this has had a little bit of restoration work on it, but nothing compared to the first three series, which the differences between the original and the remastered, restored version is very obvious. In Series 4, there's not too much restoration work gone into it, but the episodes, like the original Series 4 DVD, are in the same order, which is not the correct order for some of the episodes. And there's the disc. And next up we have Series 5, complete Series 5. There's the back with the episodes. Another really great series. Of course, Series 1 and 2 for me are always going to be my favourites, but Series 4 and 5 were really great series as well. Again, there's been little restoration work done on this version, this repackaged version, but nothing that's really significant compared to the first three series. And there's the back. None of these series DVDs, repackaged or the originals, have any bonus features on it. So that's Series 5. And also, on this DVD and the original Series 5 DVD, if you look at the back episodes, Snow should be the last episode, and Rusty and the Boulder should be the second to last episode. But other than that, they're all in correct broadcast order. There we go. And then after Series 5, we have the first Thomas and Friends movie, Thomas and the Magic Railroad. This was based on a children's TV show in America called Shining Time, where there was a group of kids and a couple of adults operating a steam railway station. And Mr. Conductor, who originally was Ringo Starr, would appear, and then he would tell the kids stories about Thomas and his friends and all the adventures on the island Sodor, and it would cut to an episode of the TV series. And so when they made this movie, they had that very much in mind. So this is more, really this is aimed more for the American audience than it was for the UK audience. Personally, I didn't like this film at all. Got it because it completes my collection, but I didn't really like the story. And you can tell it's aimed for American audience because it's called Thomas and the Magic Railroad, which is the American term, not railway. So this came out in 2000. The last series before this was Series 5 in 1998. And then after that we got Series 6 from 2002. And there we go, there's the front, spine, and the back with the episodes on it. With the episode list for this one, it should be Salty Secret first, then Harvey to the Rescue, then No Sleep for Cranky, then all the other episodes are in the correct order. And another noticeable thing here is that Jack jumps in, says Jack goes to work, which is incorrect. Trouble for Thomas should be It's Only Snow. Jack Frost, this was the first time in the UK that episode had been available on DVD. Previously, it had never been released on DVD. Bill and Ben's Excellent Adventure should be Buffer Bother. And Thomas and the Jet Engine should be Thomas the Jet Engine. The titles were corrected on the 65th anniversary box set, which I also have. I'll do a separate unboxing video for that, just to show you everything in there. And there's the disc, no booklet for this one. And then we got this is the recently repackaged version. No differences between this version and this original version, no differences at all. But except the packaging and the DVD menus and the advertisements that are on this disc. So there's the front, and the episode list is in the same order as the older DVD. Here we are. And again, it's just a disc in this one. And the last of the classic series is Series 7. From 2003, and this was the first Thomas and Friends series to be filmed in natural widescreen. Now, with all these episodes, they're all out of broadcast order. They're not in any particular order here, and it's the same on all the Series 7 releases. Yeah, so this was officially filmed in widescreen. Series 6 appears on widescreen on this DVD, and on the 65th anniversary box set, but they weren't actually recorded in widescreen. They were recorded in 4:3, like Series 1 to 5, but for some reason when it came to DVD, they cropped it to look like natural widescreen. But this was the first time Thomas and Friends had been released in natural widescreen, and also the logo changed from Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends to Thomas and Friends. So there's that one. And here's the repackaged version. Again, no different to the original Series 7 DVD. And there we go. There's the spine. There's the back. And it's just the disc. So there we are. We have the complete 1 to 7 DVDs and the feature film Thomas and the Magic Railroad. This is the classic series, and I will do my second video, which will be covering Series 8 to 12 and all the specials in between. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share and comment, and I will see you folks in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.